Well, Andran, storied program over in the region. There's no bad football teams left. They're all good. And across the board, they're good. Number 34 is a five-star recruit, Notre Dame. And, we're going to have to play some pretty good football to be able to beat them.
Right, I guess that's the story now. You guys have been an underdog to this point in the postseason. I guess everyone that's left is good on their own right.
Absolutely. At semi-state level, there's no bad football teams. We just got to take care of the football. We got to make sure we create some turnovers, play intense defense. O-line's got to get after it and win both sides of the line of scrimmage, offensively, defensively. Those are the recipes to win a championship.
Yeah, you guys have been, I should say you have been coaching mistake-free football all postseason and all year. Does that change, or kind of like, is that message still even more imperative at this point?
Absolutely. Ball security has been our number one thing from the first week of practice. We got to take care of the football, and we got to create turnovers. And when those things happen, good things happen for you.
And how much tougher is it to prepare for an opponent when they know exactly what you guys are going to do? They know it's going to be a heavy dose of Laban and your other big guys up down there. So how harder is it to prepare for a team when they know exactly how you can hurt them?
Well, that happens every week. We exchange film, so that happens every week. When you have a good offensive line like we do, everybody knows Laban's going to get the ball, but you got to get around the offensive line, and they're doing some great things up front. And I assure you, they're going to continue to do those things. And we've heard things such as spying and doing this and doing that. I don't think that any of that matters. As long as you got the five guys up front eating, we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, so since your offense doesn't change much, I'm sure your defensive strategically has to change from week to week depending on who you're playing against, depending on who their guys have. So talk to me about who their guys have or who they have that your guys are going to have to adjust to and limit.
Well, their quarterback has thrown for 2,500 yards. He's only a sophomore. He's a good football player. 34 obviously runs the rock. Number 1 is dynamic on the outside, and their offensive line is pretty good. So, like I said, there's no bad football being played. So all we got to do is execute our assignment play 111 football, be all in, and get after it.
So talk to me about kind of what is your message to the guys still early in the week. I imagine you guys are probably haven't really hammered in on what the game plan is at this point so far. So what is your message at this point to kind of prepare for a long week of training for the game?
Well, they know the game plan. We hammered in the game plan. That's what we do on Mondays, give the game plan, and Tuesdays introduce the game plan physically, and Wednesdays perfect the game plan physically, Thursdays dress rehearsal. So we'll be ready to play. Our guys will know exactly what they need to do in order to do their 111th, and we'll make some cool things happen.
We just view it just like any other week. We've been proving teams wrong the whole season, and we're just going to continue to do that.
And what kind of things are you saying to the guys, especially the underclassmen, about how to prepare and kind of keep the mental fortitude in the right position to be ready to play on Friday? You guys play on Friday, right?
Yeah. We just got to keep them in the right mindset that obviously this game is going to be overhyped, or not overhyped, but it's a semi-state game, so we just got to keep them in the right mindset is that this is just like any other game that we played all season, and no matter what happens, we're going to have it under control.
Right. So talk to me about kind of how you believe your strengths match up against their strengths.
They got some good athletes, but we got some guys that in the trenches that we put our team on their back and they carry us, and we're going to rely on our line and our D line, and they're gonna carry us through it.
Right. So just like the coach said, there's no secret. The ball's going to have to go to you a lot, and it's going to depend on how you guys perform up front and everything like that. So kind of, what does that put your mind, I guess, in a game like this when all the marbles on the line and the team is depending on you?
It's not that much pressure because we all believe in each other. We all have that strong bond and that chemistry, and we all play as such a team that we trust everyone on this team, and we know I'm going to get carries, Zach's going to get carries, we're going to throw it out to tight ends, wide receivers, and everyone's going to make a play when they have the ball in their hands.
So how much adjustment does it take on your part when you have a team like that, and kind of I guess I should say, what are their strengths that you know you're going to have to adjust to on the defensive side of the ball?
They got a pretty strong defensive line, and their linebackers are pretty good. You know, we just gotta get hats on those guys and create holes, and our backs will take care of the rest and make some plays.
Yeah, obviously, when the front seven is solid, you guys going to hope to make some plays, or I should say take advantage of when they're too far up in the passing game. So kind of does that put your mind the mindset of like to capitalize on the moments when they do come up to over the top?
Obviously, you know, we got to take advantage of all the opportunities we get. You know, if a play is called, then we got to execute it every single time. So.
And kind of where's your mind at? It's still earlier in the week. Like I was talking to Coach Bibbee, he said just hammer the game plan in. I guess the input is tomorrow physically. So kind of how are you motivating the guys, kind of the younger guys, to keep their mind in the right position to where they can be performing their best come Friday?
We just all got to stay focused throughout the day, throughout school, and at practice we gotta go out there and work on what needs to be worked on, and just close off the outside, all the media and everything, and just focus on Friday.
Don't close us out, man. Not yet. Yeah. One last thing for me is how has being the underdog, kind of you guys are Eastside and Butler, Indiana. So talk to me about how playing that underdog role kind of motivates you guys.
You know, it's just kind of put a chip on our shoulder every week that we're doubted, and we love going out there and proving all the people wrong that doubt us, and we're going to continue to do that.
So what's on your team?
We don't exactly have that one guy. I think we're such a family that we all have the same energy, and we all kind of just radiate together.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like you guys are all just like chill. So kind of where's are you a senior?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
So talk to me about kind of where your head is now at this point of the week, and game plan just being input. So talk to me where your head is, and I guess where you have seen opportunities you can take advantage of, kind of their weaknesses.
Well, basically, as a senior, the way that all of us have been looking at this week is like we know potentially 2 more games left. That's all we've got. So we've just got to soak it all in and just love the game of football and play it the way that we always have, and I think things will take care of themselves.
Yeah, and I was talking to Laban about how you guys embrace being the underdog. So can you talk on that a little bit about how that kind of motivates you every week being the underdog?
We love being the underdogs. I mean, that just fuels our fire, fuels us on the inside. We can tune out the media and shut them out and just not listen to what they have to say.
Man, all you guys keep talking about tuning the media out, man. What's wrong with the media?
Hey, you just got to do what we got to do.
Right, so talk to me about Coach and Laban talked about how the front seven is their strength and as a tight end. And I'm sure you're hoping to get out there and take advantage of those times when they have too many people up and you got to make plays on the back end, right?
Right, of course. We think that we're going to get some looks that we really like to see and get some guys running open.
Okay, so talk to me about I guess, what are you saying to some of the guys, some of the underclassmen about, because you guys have a lot of underclassmen on your team. Talk to me about what are you saying to them to make sure their mental state is ready for the game?
Just because they're underclassmen doesn't mean they're anything different to this team. We all play our certain roles on this team, and we've all just got to keep our minds in the same place and keep our focus on the same goal.
Right, and as a linebacker, I'm sure you got to prepare for stopping their offense too. So what do you think, how do you think you guys are going to have to adjust on the defensive side of the ball to stop some of their strengths?
They run the ball pretty well, they pass the ball pretty well, and we feel like we've taken care of both those things pretty well in the past 2 weeks. So we're just going to go out there and play defense. Simple as that.
Yeah, and how do you think your strengths compare to theirs?
I think it's a pretty good matchup based off of just rosters and talent, but I like us in it. I like us.
Absolutely. So talk to me about what you think, I guess if you could play the media roles, you're tuning us out, you guys tell us what you think it's going to take from you guys to present a favorable outcome in the game, like what type of performance is going to take?
I think we're just going to have to control the ball like we have been doing pretty well. We've got to just go out there and play physical defense. That's important. We've got to get the line to basically move the line of scrimmage. That's a big thing for us.
Yeah, I guess something I just thought of. I haven't asked Coach Troy Laban about this, but what do you think? Why do you think people are, or do you think people are still underestimating you?
Oh, of course. They'll always be out there.
Why do you think people are underestimating you guys still?
Just because on paper, we just look like a bunch of. I mean, we're just a bunch of dudes, right? On paper, we just look like a bunch of dudes, but football games aren't played on paper, so.
Good soundbite right there. And talk to me about kind of how excited you are to kind of potentially play in the. Is this how many times have Eastside been to semi-state?
This is the first time ever.
First time ever. Oh man, I wish I would have knew that before. But talk to me about how excited you are for Eastside for the first time to be in semi-state and the potential to take Eastside to state for the first time.
We are stoked. I mean, we saw the baseball team do it this past summer, and we're ready. It's our turn. It's our turn now.
How big would that be to bring one of these back to Butler?
It'll be huge, and the community's going to love it. It's going to be awesome.
Do you expect the community to be there in large support?
Of course, they're going to be there. They're going to be loud, and they're going to be repping the green and gold.